it looks like about 1 out of every 5 is actually turning. The rest of them are just kind of still.
Hey everybody, welcome to my Cruiseman's Moto vlog. This is going to be doing my ride to Midland. It's not quite 5 o'clock in the morning yet, and I'm finished packing up the bike. My goal is to head out here about 5 o'clock to avoid the traffic. It's about 67 degrees right now. It's a pretty nice day, so I'm hoping for a cool ride. I've got my Bond Armor protective gear on that I'll wear underneath my Olympia jacket. I've got my Twisted Core kind of cool shirt on in case it gets warm in the afternoon underneath the Bond Armor. And I'm wearing my Olympia riding pants with my Bond Armor underneath that. So I think I'm ready to go.
This is the traffic at 5:20 in the morning in Dallas-Fort Worth. Stopping for some coffee here at McDonald's in Willow Park. I usually stop here every time I take a road trip to Midland just because it's on the way, and it's right after you get out of the Fort Worth and Dallas traffic. It's just kind of a nice place to stop. The rest of the ride here is pretty easy. Getting out of town is the hard part because of all the traffic. So I got my breakfast here, my Atkins food bar, my coffee, and I'm just going to relax, have this, enjoy it, and then we'll hit the road again. As you can see, it's just about sunrise here in Willow Park. I'm at the McDonald's off of I-30, and I just had my coffee and my breakfast, and getting ready to hit the road again, head to Midland. Next stop I think is Eastand for gas, and I'll check in with you then. Well, as you can see, we're on our way to Eastand, Texas, which is my first fuel stop on the way to Midland. Now, for those of you who know me, you know I absolutely hate riding on interstates, but it's really about the best way to get to West Texas from Dallas-Fort Worth. There are ways you can go on smaller highways, but there's really nothing else to see. It just basically takes you longer because you have to go through a lot of little towns and stop signs and stop lights, so there's no real advantage because the scenery is pretty much the same. And as you can see from what we're looking at right now, there's not much scenery. So it's not what you would call a beautiful ride. It's not a scenic ride. It's basically just a way to get to the destination. But I've got 9,678 miles on the bike, so on the return trip I will turn 10,000 miles, and I will be doing a 10,000 mile review of the 2018 Goldwing. I know I did a 1-year review, but some other things have kind of cropped up just in the last couple of months that I think are worth talking about. So I'll go back and do a 10,000 mile review. So watch for that. Also, it'd be a good time to remind you that if you like these videos, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on that little subscribe button down below. Somebody sent me an email last night, said I showed how to pack up the bike, but I forgot to show what was in the glove box and in the side pocket. So I will do that as part of this video toward the end. I'll maybe go through that, or I'll do it in the next motovlog. I'll show you. I just forgot to include that. So just got gas here at this Maverick travel center. It's new here in Eastland. It just opened up, and I thought I'd stop here and give it a try. This will be my new stop from now on, I think. And it's kind of nice, new, clean, new place. So just filled up with gas, and I did my mileage check, and it looks like I'm getting about 45 miles to the gallon, which is pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that. I wanted to let you know that back there in Eastland, when I got gas, I decided to switch my GoPro from Super View to just the regular 1080p. And I'd like you to maybe compare the two, the Super View to the regular, and let me know which one you prefer. The Super View, see, it's a very wide angle, so I don't know if it's a little too wide and maybe distracting. But you let me know which one you like in the comments down below. I pulled off here on purpose. I'm just outside of Sweetwater, Texas, because I want you to see kind of the windmills that are behind me. This is an interesting little rest stop, which is right outside of Sweetwater, maybe about 5-6 miles. Now what's interesting is I look around, and as I was driving by, I could see a lot of these. It looks like about 1 out of every 5 is actually turning. The rest of them are just kind of still. And that either means one of two things. Either there's not enough wind to turn them, which doesn't make sense because some of them are turning, or there's no market for the energy they're creating. Otherwise they'd be turning. Or it means they're not working. I'm not sure which of those scenarios it is. I'm looking at my GPS, and it tells me we have 70 miles left to go to get to Midland. So we're just firing down this I-20, which is, as you can see from the scenery, it's pretty plain. Now once we get past Big Spring, Texas, we'll have about another 45 or 50 miles left to go. And we'll start seeing more and more of these big oil field service trucks. Sometimes they're water trucks, or they're hauling pipe, or they're hauling casing. Some of them are service trucks for fracking or seismographic equipment, and they're pretty big and they're pretty heavy, and you'll see a lot of them on this little stretch of road between Big Spring and Midland. Well, we've arrived in Midland. I just took the Midland exit. We're now on what used to be called Highway 80. Now they call it Business 20. And we're going to take the Loop 250 up here to get to our final destination. Of course, before I go to my brother's house, I'll be stopping for gas at Kent Quick. Some of you might be surprised to learn that the traffic in Midland is insane. This is a boom town right now because of the oil industry, and the infrastructure was never really designed to handle this many people, and they haven't really done anything to improve the infrastructure. So this is what we deal with, is traffic. And don't even think about going to a restaurant at 6 o'clock in the evening. You'll never get in. There's not enough restaurants, not enough people to work in the restaurants. It's just insane, because anybody can come out here and make $150,000 a year working in the oil fields, so nobody wants to work in the restaurants. So it's been a tough labor market for some time here, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better.